She never missed a deadline, never said no, never let anyone down. And she has no idea why she feels completely empty. Here's the promise. By the end of this video, you'll understand why being the reliable one is quietly costing you more than anyone ever told you, and why nobody warns you until it's too late. We treat reliability like a virtue, something to be proud of, the dependable friend, the employee who always shows up, the one who just handles it. Nobody questions that title. That's the problem, because nobody asks what it's costing the person holding it. Let's build this properly. Being reliable starts as a strength. You do what you say. People notice. They trust you. That trust feels good, so you do it again and again. But here's what happens underneath. Every time you say yes when you wanted to say no, you're not just completing a task. You're sending yourself a message. My needs come second. Say that enough times and it stops being a sentence. It becomes an identity. Here's the mechanic. Psychologists call this role entrapment, when other people's expectations of you become so consistent, so unquestioned, that you stop checking whether they still fit. You're not choosing reliability anymore. You're just performing a role you built years ago and never renegotiated. The exhausting part isn't the work. It's that nobody thinks to ask if you're okay, because you never look like you're struggling. That's the whole job description. So why do reliable people keep doing this to themselves? Not because they enjoy it, because somewhere along the way, being needed became the only proof they had that they mattered. Think about that. Reliability doesn't just meet other people's needs. It quietly meets an emotional need of its own. If I'm useful, I'm safe. Scammers exploit confidence, but dysfunction exploits usefulness. And this one is harder to spot because it doesn't feel like being taken advantage of. It feels like being valued. This is where it gets uncomfortable. The people around you didn't create this pattern. You did, by never showing them what happens when you say no. So they never learned. Not because they're selfish, because you never gave them the chance to find out you had a limit. Now the twist. Research on caregiver burnout and workplace overfunctioning shows something counterintuitive. The most reliable people are often the least likely to be checked on when they're struggling. Not because people don't care, but because competence reads as an absence of need. The better you perform under pressure, the more invisible your pressure becomes. Your strength isn't protecting you, it's hiding you. Every time you handled it without complaint, you weren't proving your value. You were teaching everyone around you that your limits don't exist, and people believe what you teach them. Real protection isn't doing more, it's tolerating the discomfort of being seen as less reliable, on purpose, before the resentment does it for you. You didn't burn out because you were weak, you burned out because you were dependable. Different mechanism, same outcome. The problem wasn't reliability, it was the way you never let it have a limit. You're welcome.